Hey everyone, welcome to my kitchen and welcome back to Top Dog Tips. My name's Samantha. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make homemade dry dog food. I had posted a video a few weeks back for homemade dry dog food. I got a lot of people asking for more recipes for homemade dry dog food because they like to change it up and give their dog different flavors and things like that. So today we're going to do another recipe. As you can tell, if you're on our website and you're looking at the pictures, you can see that this has a lot of ingredients. If you're not on our website and you're on social media, bear with me. It does have a lot of ingredients. It seems really complicated, but I'm going to break it down for you guys in some super simple steps, and it's not as difficult as it looks. So the first thing you're going to do, you want a medium saucepan with a lid. You're going to put it on your stove, and on a medium heat, you're going to add 5 cups of water. And then you're going to add 1 cup of brown, uncooked brown rice. And half a cup of lentils. If you're not familiar with lentils and what they are, you can find them in any grocery store right in the bean section. So where you would go to buy like kidney beans or pinto beans, the dry beans in a bag, the lentils are going to be right there. So 1 cup of brown rice, half a cup of lentils, and 5 cups of water. You're going to cook this on medium heat until it comes to a boil. Stir it around. Once it comes to a boil, sorry, that's our little cat Elsa. If you've seen my videos in the past, you know her. She's a frequent explorer, unfortunately, when I'm cooking. So 1 cup of brown rice, 1 cup of brown rice, half a cup of lentils, 5 cups of water on medium heat till it boils. Stir it around, cover it, turn down your heat to low heat, and then cook for about 20 minutes. So I'm going to let this cook for those 20 minutes, and then I'll come back and show you the next step. Okay, so your lentils and rice are cooked, and they've been cooking for 20 minutes on a low heat. So now what you're going to do is add an additional cup of water. You'll notice that the lentils and the rice have sucked up a lot of that water, so it's starting to get a little drier. So 1 extra cup of water. I have 1 large apple chopped, 3 carrots chopped, and this looks like a lot. If you've got 3 really good sized carrots, really big carrots, you might want to only use 2. I use the 3 either way. 1 chopped sweet potato. And I'm actually not going to add that to my mixture right now because I forgot to turn on the camera before I started this, and I've already put a sweet potato in mine. So that's why I'm not dumping it right in. But it's just 1 sweet potato, again, chopped. You want to do 3/4 of a cup of steel cut oats. And these are not the same thing. Don't think that you can just substitute regular oats. They're completely different, in the same section in the grocery store, but totally different things. So 3/4 of a cup of steel cut oats. Just going to mix that around a little bit. And you can turn your heat back up to medium because you're going to want to bring it to a boil again, and then you're going to let it simmer again. I have 1 tablespoon of dried parsley and 1 tablespoon of chopped rosemary. So mix it around really good. Same thing, you're just going to bring it to a boil and then turn it down to low and cover it and let it sit for 20 minutes. So I will give this a good stir and then let it cook, and I'll come back. In this pan, I have my rice and lentil mixture that's all cooked. I let it simmer for 20 minutes there, all covered, so that's cooked up nice. You'll notice that it's still very moist, but it's definitely dried up a lot. And in this pan, what I'm doing right now is you want to brown 1 pound of ground turkey. So I'm doing that right now, and it's pretty much finished. So I'm going to shut that off. So you have 1 pound of ground turkey, and then you have your lentil mixture, your lentil rice mixture. You want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees, which you just heard mine beep, and that's what that was. In a blender or a food processor, the next step, I'm going to do about half of this and then I'm going to do the other half. So I have a quarter of a cup of canola oil. You can use sunflower oil, any type of olive oil, anything like that that you have on hand. So I'm just going to put about half of that in here. And then I'm going to put about half of my lentil mixture. And if you have a big enough blender or food processor, by all means do it all in one, but I know that mine's not going to fit, so I'm going to do half and half. And then half of your ground beef. Of course, I just got rid of my rubber spatula. So about half a pound of your ground beef. Sorry, ground turkey, it's not ground beef. I'm so used to working with ground beef that... Okay, so get about half of that in there, and then what you want to do is just process it until it's fairly smooth. While that was blending, I greased a cookie sheet, and you want to make sure that it's greased very, very well. And then you're going to take your pureed mixture and just pour it out on that. Should be, by the time that you're done, about 1/4 inch thick. You really don't want it any more than that. If it's more than that, just save some and use another cookie sheet. I'm going to dump all of this onto one cookie sheet, and then when I do the other half, I'll use a second cookie sheet. And just spread it out so it's fairly even. And then you're going to bake this in your 350 degree oven for about an hour. I'm going to, again, use this half and make another cookie sheet full. So you can bake both cookie sheets at the same time, 350 degrees for about an hour. Once you've cooked it for about an hour, it's going to have dried out quite a bit. You can try to flip it over. Usually what I do is cut it in half at that point and flip each half over, and then bake for another hour. And that's going to really dry it out fairly well. Take a pizza cutter at that point and just slice it into strips that are about 1/2 inch thick, and then go back and do the other way about 1/2 inch thick. So you're going to have little like 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch squares of kibble essentially. And then what you want to do at that point, once you've cut it into kibble shapes, I guess, is reduce the heat of your oven down to 325 and cook for about another hour, hour and a half. You want to make sure it's really, really dried out. So just keep that in mind. The drier, the better. If it's a little bit more moist, it might grow some mold quicker and expire quicker. So the drier, the better. If you want to, you can leave a little bit of moisture if you have a dog with, say, dental health issues or something like that, and you want it to be a little bit softer. Just make sure that you only cook enough that you can use it up within a 2 or 3 day period. And then what you want to do is store this kibble in an airtight container in your refrigerator. If you really dry it out well, it should last you 5 to 7 days. Again, if you leave a little moisture and you want to use it up within a few days. And the other great thing about this is that you can make it in large batches and you can freeze it for up to 3 months. So it does require quite a few ingredients and it takes some time to prepare, but it's a really healthy, wholesome dog food for your pet. So if you want to give them the homemade diet but you don't have the time to do it every few days, cook up a big batch of it, bake 3 or 4, cookie sheets in one time, and then freeze it. And you can have food, you can make enough if you want to last you for a couple of months. So if you have any questions on this recipe, be sure to reach out to me. My email is samantha@topdogtips.com. Of course, you can always check on our website for contact information as well, or find us on social media. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, all of that stuff. So you can contact us through there and that'll all get back to me. And if you have any recipes that you're looking for that you can't find, make sure to shoot me those suggestions. I will see you guys back next time. Thanks for watching.